Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I'm here with Laurel Izard, who has a passion for quilting, but not just quilting special things. So Laurel, you also do needlepoint, or what I would
Embroidery.
call embroidery,
Yeah.
which is fabulous.
Thank you.
She has a passion for animals that used to live on this earth. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And tarot cards.
Yes, that too.
Yes. And what else?
Um,
How did you get into this?
Well, I always sewed. I always just stitched as a child. I mean, I couldn't wait to learn how to stitch. But I did it more as a side thing. I made my own clothing. I did a little embroidery. I mean, I was a hippie, so I embroidered my clothes. I didn't really start embroidering as art until 2010. So,
wow.
And since then, that's really been the main focus of my artwork. So,
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. So you mentioned tarot. I'm stitching 6 by 4-inch average sized embroideries of each of the cards. I only have 4 more to do.
Oh my God, you've done that many?
It's been a long deal. But I mean, it's kind of bumping into getting my quilts done. So I've been a little more focused on those. And so now, as I just mentioned, I'm working on a series of art quilts that have different endangered animals. So what I start with is I've been finding baby quilts online. And most of them are probably made in I'd say from the 40s to the 60s. Women would, I'm going to assume mostly it was women, would get these kits or iron-on patches. So sometimes there's a whole cloth thing that had the design on it, or they would buy, go to Woolworths and buy these iron-on patches and put them on there and make baby quilts. And so what I'm playing with is sort of these cute and stylized animals and contrasting them with real animals. So I'm looking at a couple things there. I'm looking at how, that we sort of surround babies with these cute and fuzzy, and yet it's sort of like, well, that's nice, but what's the reality? Some of my earlier quilters actually contrasting these cute toys and cute little animals with toys that they would give kids later, like tanks and little army guys and stuff. So so the contrast is a big part of these.
I love this.
Thank you.
Sounds like it fits right in.
Indeed. And and for me to go from the tarot to the quilts was, I needed a bigger voice because I had things to say. So
yes, and what are we saying?
Well, it's definitely, this latest thing is definitely like I've been embroidering angry animals on the baby quilts because I think that the animals are probably not really happy about being endangered. So
true.
It's true. So I have I've got a quilt and it had the 3 little bears on it. And I was like, well, what could I put on here? And I thought, well, let's put a polar bear because they're kind of the poster child of endangered animals. So I did this sort of like just a profile of a polar bear walking on the quilt. And then I found the same quilt embroidered by somebody else, baby blanket, I should say. And I thought, you know what? I bet you the animals are probably pretty angry. So then I got the angry bear, and so I've just taken off from there.
I remember the angry bear.
Yeah. And so the one I'm working on now that I'm in the process of quilting is a tiger. So he's on a background of little kitties. And I think the other thing that I look at with these is really how the symbolism on these baby quilts is also about the messages that we're giving to children, as I kind of mentioned that. But
which are cute little things.
They're cute little things that we should be cute little things. And the big divide is the boy quilts, like the puppies tend to be the boys. And they're out playing football and having a great time. And the little kittens, which are the girls, are cleaning the house and cooking and going to church. And, so right from that baby start, those messages are going in. So, it's like everything we're surrounded with has a message for us. And that's kind of part of the, what I'm putting out there.
Good. Trying to contrast the messages.
Trying to
I
contrast.
like this. This is great.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
Did you think you'd be doing this when you were a kid?
No. I mean, I didn't even think I'd be doing quilts when I was in college. I mean, it really is, I really didn't think of sewing as being an art form. And neither did a lot of the world. I mean, I'm also coming at a time when fiber art is a thing. And I mean, I'm getting into a lot of shows that are fiber related. I'm a member of the SACWA, which is actually international art quilt organization. And and that's been great, and I certainly exhibit through them. And then the Surface Design Association, another one, which, covers all materials. But there's also just a general awareness of the fiber art. So, I've been in shows that are just like regular art shows too. So
right.
Yeah, which is
well,
nice.
It's fun that people are finally looking at that, not just from a craft perspective. I used to hate it when people told me, "Oh, what you're doing is just craft."
Right.
And I thought,
right.
No.
Right. And, it's interesting because in England, they don't make that divide. So well-known, sewers or embroiderers or quilters are considered artists. They're not considered crafters. So the divide here is just arbitrary and very annoying.
What made that happen, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, like a lot of the point of crafts was to make decorative items. Let's, like pottery, dinnerware and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that started shifting in the 50s. And like for ceramics, it started shifting in the 50s. But the world has not caught on. And then, like Picasso made ceramic pieces.
Yes.
So,
he stole his children's toys. Remember the little Volkswagen bug?
Yeah.
It was about this big.
Yeah.
And he decided to make it into something else.
Worth more now.
Yes.
Yeah. So, it's so, I don't know. It's, I think it's the role of all artists to change people's minds about things and get messages out. And
perceptions,
yeah. Right. So, and sometimes they're slow to change, and sometimes it feels like they change overnight. But that's part of what we're here for.
That's right. Stir it up.
Yeah, and I'm here for it.
Yes, I can tell you are.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have to make art. I make art every day. So I usually get up in the morning, put some dishes in the dishwasher, and then sew for about an hour.
This is like your journaling. It's like your piece of time to be by yourself. Right. That's great. I love it. That's fabulous. So, do you have any shows coming up in particular? I know of one.
I don't know, which one are you thinking?
I'm thinking of the one at the depot at the end of the summer of 2025.
Oh, that's true. I am going to be in a fiber show at the depot at the end of the summer. I'm also going to be in a fiber show at the South Shore Arts. And I'm currently showing work in, oh my God, I'm not going to remember. The show is called, oh God, it's like,
it's okay.
Embarrassing. I do so many of these, I forget.
Well, I'm thinking of, you think about it while I tell you that one of the things I'm fascinated about the way you do what you do is you don't have to put a piece of glass or plexiglass with a frame in the mail to somebody and hope it makes there. You can roll it up.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just amazing.
Which reminds me, I'm in a one-person show at the Box Factory in St. Joe, Michigan.
And when does that start?
It's already started, and it ends the 29th. So it's coming of February. Yep. But, I mean, the beauty of it is I could roll up 16 quilts and just carry them in a couple bags. I could carry them all in at once. So that is nice. And I'm not fond of framing. I have to admit that. My tarot cards get framed, but that's what I think is so nice about quilts is people,
Can touch it.
can touch it. Yeah, there's a tactile quality to fibers that people appreciate, and it's nice that they can't. Well, really, we know I'm touching it, but they are touchable. Anyway, but yeah. So
That's great.
Yep.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Well, I'm glad to share.
And
thank you
where
for
do we
having me.
find you if we're looking for something in particular?
I have a website. It's laurel-izard.com. And I'm also on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Perfect. So now you know where to find Laurel Izard. She is amazing. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
See you next time. And if you know someone who I should interview, please let me know. Thank you.